Ok, gracias Amy, bienvenida. Yo quisiera, bueno, felicitarla por las dos producciones Hacksaw y el caso de Dakota Moore. Primero yo hablo sobre Hacksaw. Es muy particular sobre lo que es importante sobre lo que es el tema de los asesinos seriales, pero más sobre todo el tema de la mujer como protagonista. ¿Cómo ha diferenciado su cine respecto a eso?
The first question is about Hacksaw. Hacksaw, tell us how.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Tell us how this leading role kind of changed the perspective or show us how is the role of women in this serial killer genre, because we know that you got a strong character. So tell us how this stand out for another roles for women in serial killer movies.
When Anthony wrote the script for the movie, some of the aspects of the character are kind of like who I am as a person, but he really female in the relationship with her fiance, the one like trying to reel him in and get him back, like, no, we're not going to this abandoned place. So I guess there was kind of an aspect of Ashley and myself, but that's basically, he wanted more of like the dominant, because he was just kind of a ditz in the movie anyways and kind of an asshole. So yeah, so that's, so she was just more of like trying to bring him back to reality in the movie. So yeah.
Yo es que creo que el rol se basó bastante en las dinámicas que el guionista tenía incluso con una pareja. Entonces, por eso es que se ve esa cuestión de casi como la negociación que hay entre ambos personajes.
No solo significar el caso de Hacksaw, también el caso de Dakota Moore, que me pareció impresionante respecto a lo que es el tema de que la primera vez que yo veo un documental respecto a cómo lo ve en primera persona la víctima. Y porque hay muchos documentales respecto a los casos de desapariciones, de las chicas que se sienten un poco como muy temerosas respecto a no defenderse a sí mismas, pero este es el primer documental que veo sobre en primera persona, lo cual la felicito.
The second question, and a big congratulations, is about your direction in the case of Dakota Moore, because you face this movie kind of like a documentary way, showing the perspective from the women, the victims. So tell us, why did you decide to do this documentary vision in this movie? And congrats, because it's a great, really great movie.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad. Well, kind of the background story to the case of Dakota Moore. I was actually living on a boat for work. So I was living on a friend's boat, and I was on the phone with Anthony, who wrote the script. And, we were just talking, and he goes, "Where are you?" And I said, I'm staying on my friend's boat. And he goes, "You're on a boat?" Yeah. And so I said, knowing us, we're probably going to end up making a movie out of it. And it just evolved so quickly. It was just, it was kind of a perfect setting. I was like, yeah, you have a girl, she's on a boat. Let's say she's a vlogger. And, then of course we have to add our horror twist element to it, because that's what we're into, right? So we added it to where, yeah, she's a vlogger, but then she has followers that have ill intentions that want to basically come after her and trick her to come to California to just torture her. And so, and then it kind of took that turn into turning it into a documentary. So we could, because we were filming on our iPhones, right? So on my iPhone 11 Max Pro. So that way it kind of had that documentary film, and we could get away with it, is how it just kind of evolved and came to be. So yeah. All because I was staying on a boat. That's how it came to life.
Ella estaba en ese momento viviendo en un bote.
Wow.
Y justo en ese momento habló con Anthony León, tú sabes, el guionista. Y fue en esa conversación de que ella viviendo en el bote que se dio esa idea de que sí, la protagonista fuera una blogger. Pero es que el gran elemento de por qué, y obviamente, tú sabes, ¿no? La siguen y hay un twist grandísimo que no vamos a revelar. El elemento chévere acá es que la razón por la porque se ve como un documental es porque fue grabado en un iPhone. Y ella dijo, la única forma en la que yo puedo salirme, o sea, dar mi punto de vista como directora de por qué lo filmé con un iPhone, es que sea como un documental. Y que dice que si ella no estuviera viviendo en un bote no hubiera sucedido eso.
Es bastante comprensible y tienen razón. hasta este punto de vista, pues yo comprendo bien eso y bueno, tú también. Pero ¿sabe qué es lo que más me parece impresionante? Que no solo en el caso de Dakota More, esto, al hablar de esos dos temas es increíble porque hay algo que sí le quiero preguntar a ella. En Hausa, ella tiene muchas referencias a películas de terror, no solo películas de terror, películas doradas del cine, no solo de humor negro, sino también de película, ¿no? Y referente a los principios. Pero hay una escena en la que se me hizo recordar al último tango en París e Irreversible de Gaspar, ¿no? Entonces, si la escena esa se inspiró en ellas y qué opinas sobre, pues obviamente, recordar directores que son de ese estilo, a como ella lo maneja.
Okay, this is a very interesting question from John because he saw in Hudson a lot like movie homages, not only to the slasher and the horror, but also to the neo noir, even some dark comedies, because you know that this movie got some dark twisted humor, and even movies like he saw in a scene in particular, they remind him like The Last Tango in Paris or Irreversible from Gaspar Noé. I don't know. How do you feel that this movie reminds us to other movies? Do you feel this connection between this movie and a lot of movies?
Well, okay, so for Hacksaw, yeah. With Hacksaw, that was Anthony's baby, and he is a huge Rob Zombie Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, such as myself too. So that is definitely more on the raw side, as they would say, like the raw type of horror movie, as you could see from the beginning. There was no holding back. But then, so for the case of Dakota More, we there was a couple of movies that we were studying to try to basically make sure that we're doing and we're filming it correctly, so it's not too long and not too short. It doesn't draw out. That kind of add our own twist to it. So yeah, I mean, there's a few movies that we studied to really make sure that, you know, we wanted to do it the right way. Again, we're on a micro budget, so if we can do it the best way possible, you know, study from the best that's out there, kind of a thing. So yeah, so Hacksaw definitely is very similar to a lot of the horror movies out there, though, for sure. Documentaries, you don't really have too many of them out there, but for, you know, the raw horror, it's, yeah. Hacksaw is definitely similar to a lot of them.
And as a director of the case of Dakota Moore, can you tell us, yes, what was those movies that you referenced? Because you tell us that there was some movies that.
For the case of Dakota Moore, there's the one. It's called The Den, and then the second one. I'm trying to remember. It's about a gal that she's in college, and on her phone her phone gets hacked, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Ratter. It's called Ratter. Ratter. Thank you. Sorry. And so her phone gets hacked, and basically once it gets hacked, then these people start following her around, and she's in college, and they break into her home. So kind of similar. So we were basically trying to study like how they made the camera look, you know, as far as the angles and the viewing. So you really got that these people were watching her. But with Dakota, it's different because she's an actual vlogger. And so they're, you know, these people that are following her, that are, you know, trying to get a hold of her, they can just watch her because she's live all the time, right? So a little different, but that's what we referenced, you know, to try and make it look good. So.
Thank you, because I really like a lot when people recommend strange movies. I didn't know about those movies, so I will follow.
Yeah,
John.
Den and Ratter, you would like it a lot, yeah.
John, anota. Y gracias por la pregunta, John, porque listo. Amy respondió sobre referencias no solo sobre Hacksaw, sino también sobre The Case of Dakota Moore, 100% Masacre en Texas y las películas de Rob Zombie, 100%. Pero para The Case of Dakota Moore hay dos referencias que estoy sorprendido. The Den y Rather. ¿Cuál es Rather? La película sobre la muchacha que le roban el celular.
El celular.
Sí. Dice que, pero que la gran diferencia, el gran twist, es cómo sería Rather, pero ya con una mujer que en realidad es una blogger. Ahí está.
Eso me hizo acordar, no sé, me da curiosidad. Eso también se acordó del personaje de Baby en el cortometraje que ella primero debutó. Si se le hace referencia a esa historia.
Wow, John asked that it somehow there are like hints or Baby, your first short film and the first short film that you appear, or there is nothing to do with the Baby, but you want to talk about this project?
The Baby the Clown?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know you guys knew about that. Okay, yeah, ask any questions you want. Go for it.
No, the question that Jhon asked is that if, in the case of Dakota Moore, there are like reference from Baby or not. If there are no reference, tell us more about this first project, because it's great to know how the actresses begin. So tell us about Baby.
Tell you about Baby. Okay, so the backstory to Baby is kind of interesting too. So I actually had wanted to do a photo shoot and in a like creepy clown costume, and so I was talking to Anthony about it, and then we ended up sparking this idea of doing a short story about a creepy clown. And he was asking like, what should we name her? Like, what is her character name? And I said, let me think about it. I want to think about it for a little while. And then I ended up coming up with the name Baby. I was like, I like the name just Baby the Clown. And so the actual story and the script, the short film is like more of a concept. So you can really do anything with it, what you want. So that's why when you watch it, you watch this 9 minutes and you don't really understand like, why is she doing what she's doing? Because he has a few different script ideas of, what he wants to do with it. And, we're actually would like to make it into a full feature someday, but that takes money. So, so we just have this general idea of this girl that's just like, she's like a Freddy Krueger, but she's a clown, which what I love about Baby is you never ever see female dominant, like, killers. Truthfully, you don't. So you have Baby that she's this female like clown, again, like this Freddy Krueger type creature, this entity, and she's torturing this guy, but you don't understand why. And so again, that can leave open a whole broad spectrum of a story that, we would like to hopefully someday make into a full feature. But we filmed that in, I think it was a total of 16 hours. So we got the costume, I did my makeup, and we were actually in Anthony's apartment his apartment at the time. And our friend Luke came, and we just sat down and we filmed it all. And yeah, it was really fun. All just because of wanting to do a photo shoot, and then it ends up being a short film. So it was cool. But I'm glad you guys have seen it, right? You like it?
Yes, but we wait. You cannot wait from Baby, the movie. The movie, Dime, Jhon.
Aunque voy a ser sincero, yo sí busco mis métodos, en buscar no solo Kirby, la chica de la foto, la noche del Halloween. ¿Cómo es la experiencia tuya o cómo ha sido ser como que la protagonista? Todo director tiene una protagonista o un protagonista que es principal, que es Anthony León. Yo quisiera preguntarte sobre cómo ha sido el desarrollo de sus personajes desde que inició y también que nos digan la experiencia con dicho director.
This is a very, very beautiful question about you, because we wanna also see somehow your full work with Anthony León. So how is the experience from being like, yes, the favorite actress from her, doing this amazing work, because you had worked in a lot of projects. So tell us, yes, how do you feel like an actress collaborating with this director, this screenwriter? Yeah, tell us, like resuming your whole work between both of you.
Kirby, the girl on the photo, Halloween night.
How do you describe this working? Yes, both of you collaborating with all these projects. How do you see yourself in all those short film movies with Anthony?
How do I feel? So basically, how do I feel about it all?
Yes.
That's basically the question? Okay. It's very surreal. So I never was really into acting or anything. I thought about, doing theater and stuff when I was in high school, but I never pursued it. But I, as I got older, I developed, I don't want to say a passion because that sounds crazy, but I developed loving horror movies. And so I think in the back of my head, there was always a thought of like, yeah, that'd be super cool to be in a movie someday, And then that's when I met Anthony. and he was filming his first movie, Assumption. And then I just joked with him, and I just said, "Oh, you should put me in one of your movies as the blonde that dies," like just being funny. And he goes, "No, actually, I could use you for a lead actress if you're willing to do it." And I said, "Well, I've never acted in my life." He goes, "It's okay, because I'd rather have you be that way than like over theatrical." And then as I just got immersed into it, especially after Hacksaw, then we did Baby. We've done a few other short films, and then and now I'm actually not even doing necessarily the acting, but I'm actually getting into the post-production. So I'm actually doing editing for a couple of our newest projects. So it's just been really interesting to see like how it's just kind of grown from just acting as, in this lead, role that I had no idea what I was doing. And now I'm getting into sound design. I'm getting into the editing part of it, and, directing Dakota more. I mean, it's just crazy. Just like the simplest thing, just an opportunity, and how it's just kind of evolved. It's been amazing. So it's been awesome. And I'm really excited for our next couple of projects for you guys to see. I think you'll really like them.
Jhon,
Yeah.
Yo quisiera tener, bueno, la última pregunta, que es como que la más interesante, y es, ya hablamos sobre casi todo el cine de ella. Hay dos películas que se vienen próximas. Hay una que en particular sí me gustaría decirle que cuando ya la tengan en estreno o algo, pues seamos los primeros en verla como preestreno, de Handman. O sea, habla sobre la parálisis del sueño. Yo la primera vez que tuve la parálisis del sueño, me monté en una película total de terror, pero yo quisiera preguntar sobre ¿qué será diferente a las otras historias que se habla sobre eso? Por ejemplo, hay una en Estados Unidos, hay otra en Brasil, hay otra en Alemania. Ahora, la que es en Estados Unidos, que es sobre ella. Entonces, que nos cuente. De Handman y Torment. Vamos.
As a final question, what can you tell us about the Hatman and Torment?
Oh, okay. So Hatman, I only have a cameo role in Hatman. So that is between Anthony and Jhon Harper, who's based out of Texas. So that's their baby. I just have a little cameo role in there for basically one of the girls that this, again, kind of Freddy Krueger-esque. This entity just haunts these people to the point where they just can't sleep. And so my cameo role, I don't have a name. I just am one of the girls that the main lead actress comes across online, because she's going through the same thing, and then she sees me in my video. I'm like just exhausted, I'm tired, and this thing is haunting me, and so that's all I'm going to say. I won't say too much more. So that's just my cameo role. That's more of Anthony's baby. But as far as Torment, I am super excited for everyone to see this one. I know for a fact, with everything that we've done to date, this is going to be our absolute best work. Still, micro budget, but we have learned settings on cameras, how to edit. We're working on scoring, the acting, the story, everything. It is just absolutely, it's different. I play a role of basically a Hannibal Lecter type role. So she's very robotic. She has no feelings. She doesn't care who she hurts or what she does. Like she's off her rocker in her head. And so Torment is going to be really exciting for people to see, because it's just a different type of a movie, but again, with a more dominant female lead and she plays a crazy person. So yeah, Torment's going to be great. I'm really excited for you guys to see that one too. We'll definitely have to talk once you watch.
No, yo quisiera pues darle un fuerte aplauso. ¡Bravo! No, yo quisiera felicitarla no solo por el caso de Dakota Moore, Hacksaw, también miles de éxito en Torment y también en esta nueva película también. Pero yo quisiera pues que digas por redes sociales, saludos para Colombia, que invita a que vuelvan a ver las dos producciones que hoy hablamos.
Amy, the camera is yours. Send a big hi to the channel, to Colombia, to wherever you want. Invite people to follow your social media, and of course, to watch and rewatch Hacksaw on the case of Dakota Moore. Go ahead.
You can watch basically Hacksaw and Dakota on Tubi. They're both for free. And as far as we got a couple other projects that are going to be coming out, hopefully by the end of the year, as far as Mike and Fred versus the Dead and Torment, but we'll keep you updated on that. And then as far as if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Amy Cay Page. So AMYCAYPAGE. Amy Cay Page is where I basically post all of our projects and future things coming up and all the details and behind the scene photos and videos. So yeah.
Save it the moment.
Jhon?
No.
You guys are awesome.
No, you are amazing.
Yeah,
you are amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much. You have a wonderful night. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Right.
Bye bye.
We'll talk soon, okay? All right, bye.
Please, we need to talk about Torment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye bye.
All right,
Bye bye.
Bye.